Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ranting Raving Pod. It's your girl, Pink Lee. I got here with me
Too Cocky Dre, a.k.a. Mr. Rubble Some Feathers, a.k.a. Hey.
And today, our special guest is...
GRETCHEN ELISE, singer-songwriter from West Philly.
Nice.
Stand up.
I was actually going to say, tell us where you are, where you're from, but you already got us covered, so that's awesome. So, first and foremost, we're going to get into words of wisdom as we do. So, starting last week, we started diving in, going backwards, guys. So, we've been going from the very first episode and working our way up. We're going to catch up to ourselves at some point. So, our episode 2 was actually centered around mastering your craft. So I was just trying to get people to realize how important it is to actually put time and effort into learning how to be the best at your craft, but also do the best things and do everything at high quality. So let's just say, for example, if you're an artist, if you're a rapper or a singer or an artist of some sort and looking to be in the entertainment industry, or actually, actively being in the entertainment industry at the level that you are, right, in the capacity that you're in it. Sometimes we don't want to do those extra things. Like, we don't want to watch that YouTube video that's going to teach us all the new things on how to promote on Instagram. But guess what? If we do, we're going to know how to work Instagram better. In turn, we're going to be able to reach people better. And in turn, we're going to get more fans. And get more clicks and more likes and more subscribers. And those things also equal out to monetization. Fans equal out to monetization because those are the ones that are going to support you. Those are the ones that are going to buy your tickets to your shows, buy your merch and things of that nature. So it's right. Very, very important to have that. So you want to make sure that you are, in terms of mastering your craft, doing all those little steps. That was just a light example, but every little step, every little class you could take, anything, YouTube University, teach yourself, learn how to do these things for yourself, so that way you can sustain yourself in the field that you're in, but also you can stand independently, so you don't feel like, yes, you need a team, but you don't feel like you're dependent on someone else to make your dream come true, because you never want to be in a position like that. So do you guys have anything to add about mastering your craft and how important it is, and why we need to actually work at it?
Well, I would like to give it to our guest co-host of this week, Miss Elise, because I think that she should elaborate.
I actually was thinking a lot today about the struggle between mastering your craft, spending time on your craft, and mastering your promotion. And how I would like to hear from you two as artists. I personally struggle with balancing those two because you got work, you got family, you got to take care of your household. You constantly, all day long, get notifications from all kinds of different apps. And actually putting all that stuff aside and focusing to spend the time to master your craft is really something you have to schedule in and be extremely disciplined about. Wow. So during the day, even to craft time, to practice, and to actually kind of carve within that, maybe turn your notifications off for a little bit, maybe tell your kid, no, sorry, you got to be in the next room, I really need to focus. Those are things that I struggle with because I find it's easy to slip into spending more time on promotion, more time on content, and more time on getting the word out about the thing, to the point that you're not developing the thing. Without it, everything just collapses.
That's true.
It's got to be priority.
Okay, so I agree with you on that because a lot of times when I'm writing music, I tend to get distracted by TV because I'm like a big TV watcher. Like I got hella shows I watch. So I literally got this thing where it's though like I can get distracted by watching. Okay, all right, this is on. Let me. Oh man, no. Let me cut this off. Let me get back to it. Like I literally have to do that a lot. I literally have to like sometimes I gotta get like I don't want to say like treat myself like a kid, but I gotta like, boy, if you look at that TV again, I gotta do that to myself because it's like, all right, I know I gotta focus on the song. I know I got a deadline. I gotta get this done. So it's like, let me just cut everything off and just cut the beat on and just keep the beat on. If I don't got the beat on, it's just nothing but complete silence, so I can just, get into that. So, mastering your craft is definitely a big priority when you're trying to achieve a high goal, when you're actually trying to get somewhere, when you're actually trying to, like most people that's in like entertainment, trying to become a millionaire. You gotta master your craft. You actually gotta become very disciplined. And one thing that you gotta honestly pray for is guidance. You gotta pray for guidance, and you gotta pray for stability. If you don't have those things, you can't master your craft.
So there has to be foundation.
Foundation.
For you to have the freedom, the peace of mind, the peace of soul to hone in on your artistry.
That's right. I agree.
What do you think, Pink?
Right.
So
we starting off on fire, huh, Pink?
So when we talked about this earlier, bringing this up, I had so many things I wanted to say. So I said I'm gonna limit myself to 3 things.
Okay.
Because if not, we'll be here all night. This is I love getting into stuff like this because I feel like it's something I still struggle with. No matter how many solutions I come up with, I still seem to struggle. So I think it's one of those things that's going to be a constant struggle, right? It's going to be, right? But I feel like the top 3 ways that I thought were most helpful was organization in a way. Remember I talked about making lists? I think this is episode 84, I think. But talking about making lists. Well, even down to the list making, time out your list. Right? So from 3 to 4, I'm doing this. From 4 to 5, I'm doing this. Even if it's for 20, from 4:20 to 4:40, I'm doing this. Things of that nature, that's going to help you, allow you to get things done. Because if you don't schedule, you're going to become overwhelmed, right? But the other part is to that, don't overwhelm yourself with too many things. So as you're organizing, you're planning ahead. So if you know you have something 4 weeks out, you're going to mention it as soon as you find out about it, as soon as you get the flyer, mention it, right? Then you kind of promoting whatever else you have going on. And you already have your promotion schedule. So on Wednesdays, you're going to promote this. On Thursdays, you're going to post this. Maybe on Fridays and Saturdays, you take a break from posting and you pick back up on Sunday. Now you've have this whole plan in your head and you're pacing things out. So pace yourself, yes, but also pace out how you're planning your event or your I don't know, podcast, interview, whatever you have going, your rollout for whatever you have. And when it comes to the PPP, placing proper priority. So you want to make sure that you're placing the proper, PPP, not the load, but PPP, you want to make sure you're placing the proper priority. So what I mean by that is there's going to be a time for you to create, right? And you create the music that you're going to promote and you give yourself that time, right? Maybe you're doing shows, maybe you're doing open mics, maybe you're just doing a little bit here and there. Promote yourself that way, but you're focusing on creating. And when it's time for when your creations are done, you need to have a tangible rollout plan of everything you plan to do. Everywhere you're going to go to get interviewed, you need to know. You need to have it written down, scheduled on your calendar. Every post that you're going to make, if you're going to make 3, I do my posts differently. So if you're going to make your posts, have your posts lined up and have them together. So that way, when you're going to drop, it's already planned. Boom, boom. You can even pre-schedule them, save them as a draft and hit send. It's that simple. So we need to start planning ahead and we'll have, you know what I mean? Because I get it. We're all going to struggle with it. But if we're planning ahead, at least we're getting that much more closer to organization. We feel that much less overwhelmed. And if you are doing something like I said, the creative process, you get all your creation done. You're like, okay, well, damn, I got this album. I have these singles I'm going to drop. This is the order I'm going to do it. And this is how it's, and it's going to go from there. Now you know that creative process is done. Now you can go full-fledged with promotion. Now you can go all the way in with social media marketing and all those things of that nature because now you kind of gotten the creative process out the way and you've given yourself that time and that space to let it go and to get it done.
But still, even within that, practice your craft.
Yeah, practice your craft. Yeah.
Don't because you're on promote. Don't forget to put that daily time in.
Yeah, I feel like all those things, I feel like even the organizing, even the PPP, placing proper priority, and even the pacing yourself, all of that is mastering your craft too, because no matter what capacity you get to, you're going to have to apply these same tools. Even if we're at billionaire status and we're the Jay-Z's of whatever perspective field that we would, whatever, we still got to realize we're still going to have to organize because we're going to have 10 million more important things to do. You know what I mean? Now we're at a different level. Now, sure, we're not doing the things we were doing before, but we're doing way bigger things. So we got to balance out our time more. And we got way more money. You know what I mean? If you want to go on a little vacation here and there, you can't really do. You got to schedule it out. So yeah, it's just different like that. Okay.
I also think, just as a last thought, we can also be careful about how we promote. Recently, I looked at my analytics on Instagram and noticed that my stories got actually a lot less traffic compared to my reels and my posts. So I thought, maybe I should spend a little less time on my stories, a little more on the other content.
Right.
Like being strategic about how we spend that marketing time.
Gotcha. You gotta
Is
be
also
strategic.
important.
But you know what I would suggest, just like for you to do, use your posts, add them to your story, and use them as traction to go back to your post. That may be why your reels get more interaction, because if you share your reel that you've already posted to the story, it's getting now double the amount of promotion. It's getting that timeline.
True.
And it's getting that story view.
True.
People go, the reel cuts off at a certain time, so they want to see the rest, so they're going to go click on the reel. Now you're getting that like, that comment, that engagement. So you got to think about it that way. It may not be the stories, it may just that you're using your reels for your story. So like at this point, my reels are like, my stories are only for reels. It's rare that you're going to see me just upload a random photo that's not already a reel, because I want to use it for double promotion. I want to, I want to send it to the story and have me going in the story, but I also want to send you back to the original post and make you click on that. So yeah, use it for your advantage, girl. If you're getting that love on the story and it's like that, like I feel like that's love all the way around. So
we are on fire already. See, Pink, you on fire right now. You what?
No, I feel like
we all listen, you know what?
Good.
No, I love when you get into like your words of wisdom, babe, because like it's something that you're really passionate about, like highly passionate about. Yeah. So it's like when you go, I be feeling like you talking to Congress and shit. You just be sitting there.
Why did someone compare me to Candace Owens the other day, and I was like,
you just be going.
Ooh, I'm not even mad at that. I'm mad that I'm not mad at that. Shout out to Candace Owens. But we're about to go on a quick break. Before we do, we want to give a special shout out to our sponsor, Pink Drinks.
Pink Drinks.
Pink Drinks, Pink Drinks, Pink Drink. If you didn't know, now you know. Pink Drinks is just, I mean, what are we not? We're everything, right? This is the tequila red. Highly encourage you to tap in.
What?
You can order on the Pink Drinks at PINKKDRINKKS, and you can hit that link in the bio, which takes you to their order form, or you can DM if you know the order form is just doing too much for you. Then you go ahead and you can DM me as well. But either way, they're available 24/7. Pre-orders available. You know, there's multiple flavors, and yeah, just tap in with us. And shout out to Pink Drinks and also Boulevard Fashions. 2Ks for sponsoring this episode. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get into some differences between arrogance and confidence, some self-esteem, some toxicity talk, and then we're going to get into mentality. So stay locked in, because once you're locked in, ain't no switching out. We will be right back.
Don't think. Just drink. Big drink.
All right, so welcome back to the Ranting Raving Pod. We're going to start tackling our second subject of the night. So I really want to get into the differences between arrogance and confidence in terms of self-esteem. Like what really like draws the line between the two, right? Because there's a very thin line. Can we agree on that, or do you guys disagree? Do you guys feel like it's a thin line?
I think it's a thin line that really changes depending on where you are.
I'm going to Gretchen. I'm excited. I want to hear this.
Well,
no, that's fake.
I always had to have my little sociological hat on, because I really feel like having extreme confidence to the point of arrogance is like pretty prevalent in hip hop culture. And in some other cultures, I wouldn't say, I'm going to get in deep here. People might take some issue with this, but you know, we're all about the comments.
Talk your talk.
You know, we're up for feedback and everything else. I wouldn't say every white culture, because there's so many different subcultures. Russians are like all about the bravado. Like Italians are all about the bravado. My dad is from a country in Scandinavia, Norway, and they actually have a word that's called jenteloving, which means like you should not bring attention to yourself.
Oh, you told me about this. We had this conversation before, something similar.
So there's some cultures that are all about being more subdued and kind of quiet and
modest,
low key. And so they will be quick to label somebody as arrogant. And whereas I feel like in so much of hip hop culture, it's all about being strong, presenting yourself like the best. It's all about bravado. It's all about whether you're woman or man. And it's just a very different world of being.
I agree. I like it. I agree, and I feel like that's to be true because I feel like I've always been told you should feel like you're the best rapper ever. Like you should always carry it like that. So I would say I probably agree.
So I definitely agree with y'all coming from. But you know what? It is but it can be a thin line in between arrogance and confidence because it's like, a lot of people will mistaken confidence for arrogance, or a lot of people can mistaken arrogance for confidence. Because the thing is, you might have somebody that know that they're good, but be all snobby and arrogant about the situation or whatever, and then you got the ones that's just confident, that's just the hard workers. They just don't really say as much. They let their talent speak for themselves. Like they let the talent speak. It's like, they can, in their mind, they think, you know what, I know that I'm better than all of them. But without me saying it, watch me show them.
Mm-hmm.
The arrogant one, he gonna let us say, look, I'm on you, right? I'm on you. I got one up on you. Watch this now. Watch this. It's like they gotta. It's like the arrogant ones. They gotta say something. Confident ones, they just sit back and be humble and be like, yeah, watch this.
Until they get on stage.
Yeah.
And just.
And honestly,
like kill the other in the battle rap setting or whatever. They just throw it down and it's undeniable.
Me being a rapper, I label myself as confident, even though I'm a part of Too Cocky to Carry. My name Too Cocky Dre. It's like people think, oh yeah, they cocky. No, it's not. Cocky never meant to be in that light. It meant being, proud of what you're doing. It's like, you can be a janitor, you can be a cook, or anything. Be proud of what you're doing. You making money, you working, you get into it. Be proud of that. That's cocky. You can definitely be that. So it's like, for me, a lot of times when I'm performing and like I'm looking at certain performers, I be sitting there like, yeah, y'all good. In my head, I'm like, wait till I hit that stage. Wait till y'all hear this song. That's how I sit back in the crowd be up there thinking. And like, I be liking everybody performance, but I just be sitting back like, just wait till you got to the care go up there. So it's like, I'm never gonna say it out loud, but I'm so confident I know what my energy about to bring. So that's what I'm doing with it.
So here's kind of another angle to it. How do you balance confidence and high level performance with humility? I mean, the music industry is not asking for any kind of humility. No. But honestly, every great musician I know is extremely humble.
Yes.
So can you be both? Can you be confident to the point of arrogance on stage and then be a humble character when you come back down and, give love to the other performers and so on? Is that a good balance?
I think that you can, because for some people, when they're doing their music or singing or anything, that's their persona. And then once they're done doing that and they come back off that stage, it's like, okay, now I'm just me again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's some artists that can actually be that way. I think so. What do you think, Pink?
Excuse me. I agree. I think so. Instead of like persona, I would probably just use like, I don't even know what word, but like, I feel like I got caught up at one point in my music on being like this character, and I would even say like a character, a vibe. Like I got so caught up in being like this whatever it was that I was like attempting to portray, right? Thinking that it would like gain streams or gain whatever, like gain all the things that I was trying to gain. So I feel like I don't want to say the word persona because I get weird with that word, and I feel like I really am like just more realistic with my music now, and it's just like more real to me. So But I see your point. I agree with your point. I just wouldn't use the word persona, but I can't think of like another word to use. But like
character is a good word, I think.
I don't like character either because I don't feel like I feel like at that point back then, or like if you're being someone that you aren't truly, who like if you're not truly this person and you're being that on stage, right? I almost feel like in a way it's like you're faking the funk. But I feel like listen,
could be stage persona.
That's what I was getting to. That's my point. So if there's a difference though, and we got to identify the difference. So I feel like the difference maybe would be like me knowing that I practice, me knowing I'm going on stage with like that, my music that I know I can confidently perform, me not performing over my lyrics, me coming on stage 100% ready to go, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I already know I'm about to kill this sex. I already know I'm prepared for it, right? I feel like that's a stage confidence. That's not a persona because I'm still who I am. It's not a persona, not a character, but it's a prepared me. And I'm ready to do my thing. I'm prepared to do my thing. And I feel like that's like, so I feel like it's all the same thing, but I just wouldn't use the word persona because I feel like that can get like tricky when we're talking about characters and personas and like things that we're not. You know what I mean? Or things that we're like pretending to be.
Right.
We don't want to get caught up in the land of pretend. Like,
see,
Sorry, I wasn't trying to go off.
No. The thing is, that's good because I'm glad that you use you as an example.
Yeah,
because from me being somebody that known you for years, when I used to see you in your rap form, it'd be like, wait, that's definitely not the person that I know. Like besides rapping, it's like besides the rapping, you was like just like how you are now, just like a. Like not like nerd. Not nerdy, but it's like
considerate, nice, thoughtful.
When you hear a rap, you would have thought that she was from North. Alright. Then when she started talking, you be like, so what county are you from? Like so it's like
not North with the F.
So it's like that's why I'm glad that you get it's like that is like a good example. It's like that was just I would put it like this. If we're not trying to say persona, let's
I would
just
say at that time, I'm agreeing. At that time it was, but that's why I'm so against using the word now. Because at that time I was being fake, essentially.
But I mean, even Beyonce is well publicized that she has her whole Sasha Fierce. It's like an alternate being to get in when on stage to just tap into that confidence because a lot of performers are nervous. And so it's nothing wrong with kind of adopting a different angle of yourself.
Yeah,
because I definitely feel like I tap into somebody else when I touch the stage. I definitely do because it's like the stuff that I would do like while I'm on stage. If I'm in like a regular party, I'm not doing I'm not jumping up and down I'm not doing none of that. I'm just like the quiet boy that's around, just playing like the room, observing. But then once I got touched the stage. The way I'm moving, you would think that's just me like the regular. And it's like, it's me when I'm in the house by myself. When I'm in the shower, yeah. But,
I feel that. I feel like when I'm on stage, I'm giving, I feel like when I'm on stage, I want to, and I feel like, at least my last few performances I'm super proud of, I feel like I'm giving my best me. And that feels good. I feel like to leave that on stage. It feels really good to leave that on stage. And I feel like maybe you walk on the stage confident and you leave arrogant. I don't know. You know what I mean? You walk on confident, but you leave arrogant after you perform. What if that happens?
And it's really good.
That's the thing.
I mean, how do we define arrogance?
I would say... I had a conversation with someone about arrogance, and you guys, I'm not going to give my opinion. I'm going to let you guys take this as you will, and you guys break it down.
Okay.
So basically, it was in reference to someone who may have been on the arrogant side, right? And they weren't arrogant because they were good at that. They were confident that they were good in things, right? They were arrogant. The differentiant was that the person could have been arrogant due to them feeling that they were good at things that they weren't even good at.
And maybe they were dismissive of others. That's a key factor.
Yeah, you're dismissive of others.
Not just confident in yourself, but kind of...
But maybe confident in something that you're not good at, and you're dismissive of others. You swear you can do this thing, and you're so confident in everything else, it just transfers on over, and you're like, wait, that one's not for you. You know what I mean? You're not the best. And then on top of that, being dismissive of what if that's would that be, what do you guys think about that? I'm not gonna give my opinion. I'm just gonna say, do you think that is considered like arrogance? Would that be a good example of like someone being arrogant?
No, that's definitely arrogance.
Okay.
That's high class arrogance. Because
Okay.
if you know that you're not good, but then you're still gonna be there arrogant, it's like, come on. What land are you living in?
I'm gonna bring a little story into the mix here.
Ooh, story time.
I remember being in 9th grade, and I was really heavy on the competitive gymnastic tip at that time, which is skills I'm trying to get back. You see,
You've been getting there.
I've been posting a little bit here and there, little snippets. And I was very intensely involved in this activity. And I remember there was a kid on the school bus one day that called me conceited. You know, I was in the paper, I was on the school team, I was in a club team, I was winning medals, I was in the Inquirer. You know, I had some notoriety. And
she popping up here. What are we doing?
she called me conceited, and at that time it really, really stung. I didn't really have a lot of friends I could relate to at that time. And fast forward, you know, now we're Facebook friends, it's all good. And she's got a daughter who excels in a dance competition genre, and she posts all the time. The kids getting medals, kids getting medals, kids getting notoriety. Now, oh wow, look at the full circle.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's all come back to roost. But I think that sometimes people can label, I don't know if conceited is the same thing as arrogance, but I don't think that I was going around dismissing others at that time. I was just very focused on what I wanted to do. And sometimes people can call others conceited out of jealousy or envy.
But we have to realize there's a thin line between jealousy is love and hate combined. And there's a thin line between love and hate. You love someone so much for what they're doing, you love what they're doing, but you hate them because it's not you doing it.
But in that case, I'm just going to keep it a bean with you, Gretch. In the hood, we say that is a hater. Because if you wasn't acting all conceited and acting all cocky about it, but she called you a conceited, then she's a hater.
Yeah.
She's a hater. You know, it's a lot of haters out here. And put it like this: what somebody say? If you ain't got no haters, then you ain't doing something. Then you ain't doing nothing right. So obviously, you in them papers, you getting all that notoriety, you was doing something right. So look, come on now, stop playing.
Yeah.
That's Gretchen Elise. Stop playing. Stop playing. She was doing good back in the day, just like this pink drink. You heard me? Stop playing.
Playing period. You know?
Tequila red.
And isn't it funny? We're about to go on break. Before we go on break, I just want to bring up, it's so funny that, you know, you're saying like she called you conceited and it stung, right? Mm-hmm. But think about like nowadays how like if it was the same situation with how you said you were 13 maybe, right?
Yeah, 14.
So like think about your 13, 14. If we saw two teenagers having that same conversation, it would be like, I got a reason. It would be like a hip hop reference, right? Isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. I just want to acknowledge that real quick.
But you know what's so
crazy? Because Conceited has Remy Ma, shout out to Remy. She has made literally Conceited a cool thing now. But before she came out with her song, it was clearly a negative thing, a negative connotation attached to it, and that just shows the power of hip hop.
People are followers. But I'm gonna tell you this real quick, John, before we go like to break, whatever. Cause it just popped in my brain. Mm-hmm. Is there such thing as good hate, or like not even? Well, yeah, good hate, because you know what? I had a friend back in the day, and he's like, I hate you, and I'm like, why? He was like, cause you always got new shoes. Yo, I never forget that. It's just so funny to me to this day. But it's like I felt like he really didn't hate me, because it's like, you know, it's all love. But it was
he saying it in a sarcastic way? Like
yeah,
it was
I don't know if it was like sarcastic, because it's like,
is he a sarcastic person?
No, but he like somebody that says things that make you wonder if it's really hate or if it's really sarcastic. So I don't know.
No,
I couldn't decide it, but when he was like,
I almost think that's like a love thing. That was
it
like said in affection.
Right. Because he like, you always got new shoes. And I'm like, I looked at him, my feet, like, should I be worried right now? Like, is he going to try to try?
Am I going to go home barefoot?
Yeah, I feel like for me, words have power, and but you don't ever say you hate me unless you hate me.
Right.
Because
Well,
if you don't hate me and you say you hate me,
we're still friends to this day. He loves me.
He ever had to borrow your sneakers?
Yeah, I feel like
No.
that's
Okay.
But you know what though? You know what's so funny though? When you
Not extra borrow.
we started trading clothes back then. He like, yeah, he like, yeah, like, let me hold them. I'm gonna let you hold them. I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. The only part that was like sus though about the situation though was like the jeans he would let me borrow was like size 40, and I'm like, wait, he's not a 40.
Wait, did he bring up the trade situation or did you? Who brought up? Yeah, he been plotting on your sneakers since.
But no, I never gave him sneakers. It'd be like jeans and like shirts or something.
That he was trying to work his way up. So he trustworthy with the jeans so he can get the
But I'm just saying back like,
yeah,
who size 40s was that?
Nowhere near 40.
Did you get somebody 40s? And I'm like, the crazy part was my dumb behind wore them like to school one day, like they looked it off. I'm like, yo, and like I think back with somebody used to do, like I thought that, like, what I think I was Jeff Hardy or somebody wearing these baggy pants like to school, like it just was like crazy, like, oh man, crazier times, like, oh man. But you know what? Don't get into this pink drink.
Old school hip hop look.
That's too old school, man.
I told y'all the pink drink was heavy or what? Oh,
Alright, we are going to take a quick break. When we get back, we are going to tap into some more juicy topics. So stay locked in, because once you locked in, ain't no switching up.
And listen, real quick, while you on this break, go order you a pink drink.
Go do it.
What are we doing?
At PINKKDRINKKS. You can click the order form or you can send me a DM.
Order it. And she gonna find you and you gonna find her. All right. Welcome to Mentality, everybody, where it's not about the gender but more about the mental. All right. So, and on this week's edition of Mentality, man, we going to get into these bougie ones, the AKA the city girls. You heard? Man, oh man, oh man. You know what? Let me take a sip of this pink drink before I even get started because I'm going. You got yours yet? All right. So listen.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. There we go. Yeah, I gotta take another sip just because we cheers. I told y'all we in that pink tonight. So listen, I don't know if y'all seen this video, right? But it's this video with like this chick, right? She is complaining because a guy. First of all, this is the last time I'm going to give these I'm going to give these TikTok chicks light, because I'm starting to think that they's doing these videos for clicks and views and just to go viral. This girl put out a video talking about, you know, this guy that she just met. Just met. You heard what I said? Just met. One more time. She just met him. Alright, y'all get me. So, she just met him or whatever. I had to say it one more time for y'all because I think that y'all ain't hear me. But this man hit her up and said, you know what? Is it cool if I send you some lunch money on Cash App? She says, yes, it's cool. So she sent the Cash App to him. He sent the $30. Do you know that she had the nerve to get mad because he sent the $30 for lunch? Got mad. And basically told him like he should have sent more money.
What?
Now, yes.
Sorry.
My thing is, first of all, right, what type of lunch you having that costs more than $30? First of all, the one question that he should have asked her, when you go buy yourself lunch on the daily, do you spend over $30? I guarantee she would have said no. You know what? I want Pink to go now because I see her face. Go ahead.
No. I'm not going crazy, I promise you. But I'm going to be real. You sent me the video. I took a look at it. What bothered me most, I don't know if you probably got disgusted and turned it off. I watched the full video.
Oh, no, I did. I watched the full video.
Do you remember the end where she was like, well, what does he think I eat at? Chick-fil-A or something?
Oh, yeah.
What does he think I go to? Like she actually claimed to spend more. She actually did make that claim. You're actually right.
Oh,
she literally said, I spend more. That. So, to me, I can't, like, we've had this conversation. I don't know. I wanted to let you go off on mentality from a man's perspective because y'all already know I've made my stance 100% clear time and time again on this podcast. You know how I feel about these gold digging city girls. You know how I feel about you. YouTube will not allow me to say the words I would use to describe you guys, right? So just to keep it clean, keep it cute, keep it PG-13 appropriate, I'm just gonna say this. Screw you. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it up because I have nothing to say.
Good.
On the low, it was a quick one. It was a quick gun
type joint.
It was a West Side Gun, right? Shout out to West Side Gun. I just found out he be dressing. I'm so late. Shout out to him. Shout out to Buffalo.
That's
Shout out to Buffalo, New York. Buffalo stand up.
That's Fly Guy right there.
Buffalo stand up. But yeah.
How you feel, Gretch? Because I'm gonna say some more, but I want like the woman's perspective on this. Cause I want you. When I said 30, you said what? So I feel. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Where we at with it, Gretch?
No, man. I mean, I work. I've always worked, and I was raised that the woman really needs to pay her share. I come from definitely like a women empowerment feminist background, so
right.
$30 first of all for lunch is ridiculous unless you're gonna go to like the Four Seasons Hotel, which I mean, why are you gonna be there anyway?
Shorty said that that's not even 2 of her drinks.
Like,
okay. So she's like she's doing the martini lunch. She's a lady who lunches. Like, what's the profile? Give me break down the profile of this person.
Well,
she got a lace front. She got some edges. Makeup was on fleek, but she could have had a filter on too, cause that was TikTok.
She did.
So it's like, she probably like a light beat on with like a filter.
Light beat. What you know about a light beat?
So does she work, or is she just like? Does she just have like sponsors putting all her bills? Like, what's the profile of a city girl?
Yeah. So yeah, like a city girl.
Have some patrons.
Well, here's the thing: a city girl can still work, but basically, a city girl is basically the ones that's basically what you got for me as a man. Like basically, you want my time, I want some money.
Yeah.
You want my cat, I want some money.
I want to add to that, and I also feel like they also make demands but don't follow up with their side of the things. Like, I feel like a city girl would have a situation like we talked about this like a couple episodes ago when we were talking about the cooking and cleaning, right? The traditional versus the modern. Yeah. I feel like a city girl put in a traditional relationship would most definitely I feel like screw the guy over, like wouldn't cook, wouldn't clean,
but still want subsidy,
but still
want
all that stuff. Yes, exactly. So I feel like that's the epitome overall, the best way to put a city girl. It's all about the persona, the character, right?
Yeah, it's about being perfect looking.
Mm-hmm. So, no, I'm not down with that. Yeah,
$30 and then throwing it back in his face.
Right, it's out of pocket.
Online, right, publicly.
That dude is probably making a mistake.
Well, more than likely, he stopped talking to her. If he was smart. Because, the average woman... Okay, so, one thing I did, I went to the comments because, the person that posted it, it's not the woman. But, I just had to go to the comments because I wanted to see what women was thinking. And the women was clowning her. And it's one chick that was in the comments like, well, maybe she used to such and such, yada, yada. And then they started clowning her. Women was clowning her, basically saying it's no way that we're spending over $30 on the regular for our lunch, especially at work. They they basically we running somewhere real quick locally.
Yeah, you got 45 minutes
and boom. It's like basically now here's the thing, right? We're not talking about the women that come from the white collar women that work at these law firms and these big hedge funds and stuff like that. They're the ones that's going to the 5-star restaurants, sitting down having lunch because more than likely it's a meeting going on or something like that. So it's like, I'm not going to say that it's not women in the world that is doing that, but the average working woman that's just working like a regular 9 to 5 or working like a hospital or something like that, they're going to the local salad spot or the local spot where they got wraps and stuff at. If you work in hospitals, you see they going to the local truck that's right outside. So it's like, and they the ones that's making $30, $40, $50 an hour. So it's like, and you got doctors that's going out there as well. So to see her video like that, it's just another example of how women are so misconstrued and tied up in this world where as though they think that every man that's walking around got rich person ties and and rich person traits to them, whereas though the guy can just spin this and spin that. They're not looking at the fact that most of these guys that they're around, that they're attracting, are 9-to-5 guys. And they don't look at it like that, and that's the problem. I want to take some more of this pink drink.
No, I agree with you. I think that is a problem that they face. And I want to bring up another point when you were talking about the women who actually do spend $30 and $40 and $50 and $100, because the girl said something about $100. She spent $100 would have been adequate for her to eat lunch, right?
She looked like she worked in
She
a
mentioned
hospital.
that. But my thing is,
how does she go back to work drunk?
Exactly.
Can you clarify that? Like, you're not spending $100 on lunch unless you're buying 3 drinks.
Right.
You're not. And I just want to add to the point when you said about these women who were doing that, they're using a company card.
Yep.
They're not using their own money. Because let's be clear, when we think about doctors, when we think about lawyers, when we think about these people, they are paying off student loans in today's day and age. Unless you are an established doctor, you don't have expendable funds the way people think you do. You don't, because you're paying off your student loan because you probably just got out of school at 30-something. Let's be clear, you know what I mean? That's the climate of today. So I just wanted to add that in, that's a good point. Like she's doing something she probably sees others doing, but not realizing they have a company card. Yep. Baby girl at the hospital ain't giving you no card. You better go down to that cafeteria and get your
No, but I don't even
$10.
think that she's doing that, to be honest. I think that she's frauding. I don't think that that girl's doing that. So, I think that, like I said, she looked like she worked at a hospital. She looked like she's giving hospital vibes, or she's giving she's giving like clerk vibes. But it's like, other than that, come on, baby girl, stop it. Take that $30 and go get you a salad. First of all, that $30 can get you a salad, a sandwich, and a pizza.
And you know what? That's so crazy. That's so true. You got billed for the whole day. But remember
you got lunch and dinner with $30.
That's how you spend it, right? I just feel like you could have remember a couple weeks ago we brought up the one where it was like she was mad about $15.
Yeah.
And so this is $30 is crazy.
Right.
That's double from what the last girl was upset about.
Like, you know what you can do is, all right, even if she went to Longhorns, that's an entree and a drink.
Dre, who posted it? You said it wasn't the woman herself that posted it. It was somebody else that posted it about that chick?
Yeah, he basically was like clowning her too. He was like he was like clowning her, like basically like, that's preposterous. Like, it's $30 is it's more than enough.
But it wasn't the person who had
she
cashed out the
posted
money.
No,
It was like
that wasn't him.
Random.
Random person, because he seen it on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who posted it on TikTok?
Her, the girl.
Well, so maybe she's just trying to monetize.
That's why I said that I'm not going to shed no more light on these girls, because I think that they do these videos
and just to
for likes
be
and
just to
go
be
viral.
like sensationalist.
Yeah, she's trying to go viral.
That tactic has been around since the beginning of newspapers, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing about it though, right, Gretch?
We're talking about it, right?
She might be trying to go viral, but she probably was dead serious. She probably was dead serious.
She might have some of these women live in these false realities, right? So you never know. But I want to bring attention to the fact of, if she was to go viral, what is she doing with that viral moment?
Looking bad.
Yeah, she's gonna look bad, but
But
it's
then
like
the
these
city
people.
girls gonna love it. Yeah, girl, get that money. Get it.
It's nasty.
I don't know.
behavior.
She's paying forward for her lace fronts for the next year or something.
Maybe you never know. She might have it on like a little buy one get one, little layaway or something.
Somebody in the chat
financing. I don't know.
Somebody in the chat said that $30 is 3 Wendy's meals.
And that's true. I think
you can Biggie size it all.
I think that's true. I haven't eaten at Wendy's in a grip, but that feels true.
Why? Go get you one of them Dave's doubles. You in trouble. You hear me? Stop playing. With a 10 boots.
Yuck. All right, moving on to our next subject.
I forgot you a vegan.
I'm not vegan. I'm not vegan, little vegetarian. All right, so we are going to get into our next subject, which is toxicity. what makes a person toxic? And I don't necessarily need you guys to focus on relationships or friendships or whatever. Just in general, what are some things that make people toxic in your eyes? And toxic to the point where, or do you guys have a toxic trait that you don't mind exposing? You got a toxic trait? You got one?
Toxic
you got one? You got one?
Toxic is the chick that we were just talking about. That's why I said that this rolled right into it.
Yeah.
This because that was just toxic. But, do I have a toxic trait? No. Did I used to have toxic traits? Yes. One of my toxic traits used to be starting arguments just for the fun of them. Just
That's
for the fun
crazy.
of it. Like, start a job, have fun, then make a little love afterwards, So, that's how I used to be. But that's how toxic I used to be.
You like that little roller coaster.
Yeah.
That feeds into the whole next
because
topic.
it's like, it's basically like, when they get hot, you got to cool them off. You got to cool them off.
Yeah, but how does that pan out, like, over time?
Well, over time you got to grow, and like you got to find other ways to get it popping. But I'm just saying, you got to be a little toxic.
It's crazy.
Like the tea
Okay,
from Pink Lee. You feel me?
Okay, Brittany.
Get your toxic tea by Pink Lee.
Oh yeah, y'all got
Get your toxic tea and then go get toxic with your lady.
It'll make you do it.
It'll drive her crazy.
I feel like that's a super toxic trait, right? Like, that's so toxic.
That's why I'm asking about the long-term effects.
But I feel like, you know what? I feel like that's a common toxic thing. Well, they broke up. That's the one you talking about? The one?
Well, no, we didn't. That didn't happen with us. That didn't
Okay.
happen with us. But that happened in the past with a certain young lady. I'm sorry that we broke up. I wish that we didn't because you were one of the best ones, But shout out to you. I can't say your name, but
You know who you are.
we might share a kid or not. I don't know. It's like no, you know who I'm talking about.
This is getting juicy, y'all. This is crazy. Shout out to you. Pull up on the pod. Like, pull up in the live.
Oh no!
No, pull up on the live.
Don't do that.
Every Wednesday,
Okay.
9 p.m. EST. We here. Pull up in the live one day.
Don't do that.
And you call him out on his mess. And y'all work this out. Do y'all need me to Dr. Phil it?
Ooh,
For a
you
small
would be
fee. For a small fee, I can get it done.
The only way you going to Dr. Phil it is if you go ahead and get the mustache too. That's the only way. You gotta
You
be
can't
authentic.
take me serious.
You gotta be
You can
authentic.
Dr. Pink it right now. Right here, right now.
We gonna work on that, y'all.
Yes, you have those
Yeah.
skills.
I feel like at some point, because I'm not going back to school for a doctorate degree, it's just not in my plans, you know what I mean? But I feel like at some point I would love to be awarded like an honorary doctorate degree. People get those when they work really
Sure,
hard in
yes,
other areas
absolutely.
and they succeed. I feel like
I feel like you
They'll
should
make you pay for it.
maybe
that's fine. I'll have the money by then.
Emerson College.
Which one?
It's a school in Boston that's all about communications. A friend of mine runs a radio station. They played my songs on my first album when it came out, so I'm a little up close and personal. But some
Shout out
place
to
like
them.
that because
Shout
you're
out to them.
all about the multimedia.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, somewhere like that, right? Just like
Yeah.
somewhere. It's gonna happen for me. Everything that I know that everything I want, I'm gonna get. Nothing that is actually meant for me is going to miss me. And as long as I know that, believe that, work hard, stay consistent, my life is just gonna keep happening the way I need it to happen. And it has been ever since I've just been being consistent and working hard. So I know it's just going to continue, right? I feel like that for all of us. So we're about to take a quick break. When we get back, we are going to get into some more juicy topics. Please don't go anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We just getting a little lit off the pink drink. But I promise we were locked in. So once you locked in, ain't no switching up. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Ranting Raving Pod. We are about to wrap up, but before we do, we want to talk about a subject that, shout out to All Out Media, actually, from Philadelphia. They cover a lot. They're the kind of the ones who inspired this, right? And then it was kind of like, Gretchen has a song called Dopamine Drip, and we were having Gretchen Elise on, and it brought me to the thought of dopamine rushes, right? And dopamine rushes, the opioid epidemic, Kensington Beach, as they so call it. Actually, that's a question for YouTube and for Instagram and for socials. Real quick, I'm just gonna put this out there. What makes it called Kensington Beach to you? We're going to go through all of our answers here, but what have you noted for the reason to be? What do you know the reason to be why it's called Kensington Beach?
I just learned something new because I didn't even know it was even called Kensington Beach.
Right, so I want you, I'll say my opinion towards the end, or my what I've heard towards the end. I want you guys to try to comment and let us know, right? But I do wanted to hear what you guys have to say about this, like the dopamine rushes and the opioid epidemics and Kensington in general and how it affects us, because it does. It's not too far, so.
Go ahead.
I feel
I'm
like
fire it up. That's why I want you to go ahead and go first.
I feel like it's a very multi-layered problem, and you have your progressive politicians and thinkers who are saying, you know, do the needle exchange, you got to support these people, you got to give a safe context for them to use. You have the more conservative politicians, and now our new mayor who's like, just get the police out and, you know, shoo them away and lock it down. I think in this discussion, kind of the spiritual angle of it all is, as humans, we are predisposed to need that little dopamine, to need that rush. You talked about your little toxic cycle in your relationship. So
I don't need no dope, though.
it gets to another level when you start using a substance which is highly addictive, right? No, but it's a very human thing for all of us to need some kind of rush. All of the phone manufacturers exactly knew how our brain neurochemistry works when they started designing these things, which now we cannot put down, right? Every time bing, every time it bing, bings. There's a reason we look at those notifications, because we get the rush, like, oh, I got another like, oh, I got another message, oh, somebody loves me.
Not everybody like that though. Cause I can hear my phone go off all day, and I sit there and I won't look at it until I'm ready, and then once I'm ready, then be like, all right, let me go ahead and check it. Like I literally will watch my DM fill up all day, and I'm like, I'm not checking not near one of those until I'm ready, because I'm the type to get myself into a mental space to get into social media nowadays, because it's like, I feel like I've been into it for so long that now I have to get into a mental space for it. So I feel what you're saying though, because it is people out there that gotta just check their phone every notification. But the only notifications I'm answering is text messages. That's it. I'll be waiting for social media. I don't ever answer right away.
Okay, so maybe you're more even-keeled, you know, type of biochemistry personality.
Right.
But as far as maybe we could tackle a political thing first with the Kensington Beach and slide into the kind of dopamine discussion. I have to say I don't have a quick and easy answer. It's like really a deep-seated problem, and even if you throw needle exchange and all these other techniques that have worked in other places, particularly Western Europe and Canada, where they have these techniques, unfortunately, our system, our health insurance system is so whack, and our lack of like general social supports for people on the margins, for people on the edges, it's just not supportive in the same way as those other places. Okay. So it's so many layers of need that people who are in a serious addictive situation have. They're homeless, they don't have a job, they don't have hope. I don't have any easy answers. I'm gonna pass the buck.
So what y'all call Kensington Beach, I call Zombie Land. Okay? You know, from the rip, I call it Zombie Land because it is a neighborhood full of zombies. Like the ones that's dipping. But first of all, they're amazing. Let's just start there. They're so amazing with how they dip but keep their balance. Like, I inspire to have balance like them. You know, I honestly do, because it's like, I just don't get how they be still standing but dipping, but then bring it back up, and then it's like an elevator. Real rap. But I done literally watched so much. First of all, the city, out of pocket. Y'all are providing needles. You're providing needles for people to get high. But yet, if I'm outside smoking an L, the cops is ready to lock me up and search me and lock me up. How? How are you promoting needles for a high like what they're going through versus me smoking a little bit of earth? And I'm in big trouble. So we have a problem there in itself. Mm-hmm. And then the fact that y'all are providing these needles and these people are outside getting high on the sidewalk while families were walking by. I witnessed this when I used to work down on G Street. I used to work at a company called Perlite. Down G and Area. Okay? I'm on my lunch break. I'm going to go get lunch. I'm at a stoplight. Meanwhile, dude just sitting there just shooting up. And it's a family walking by as he's shooting up. I'm like, yo, my kids would never ever be exposed to that. And I'm just thinking about the fact that these poor babies had to be exposed to seeing somebody do something like that and dipping how they dipping, and then other people around them looking dead. That's why I call it zombie land. It's the worst. It's the worst. I'm gonna pass it to the pink. It's the worst. Man.
Yeah, it is. I can't even add too much to it. Like, I agree. It's
you took
crazy.
the glasses off. It looked like you was bouncing. You better do this.
Yeah, like
you better go on to get in this fight.
I really don't. I can't say anything. Like, what did you didn't? None of you. No one said anything wrong. Like, no one said anything that I don't agree with so far. Like, I don't have anything to contest it. I can only stand behind it. I mean, it's terrible. I do feel like it has a lot to do with like our system. Like, there's like apparently there was like a new initiative to try to push them out. And they were basically like, yeah, we're going to lock them up and then offer them rehab. And I was like, and they were like, yeah, we're going to send out, we're going to send out more squad teams to like go find them and lock them up. And I was like, isn't that what the police are already supposed to do? So this new initiative that you have is literally what cops are already supposed to do. They don't lock them up. We already know this. They watch them shoot up.
But the thing is, they got to move though soon. I'm going to tell you why they got to move. That plan that the city has for a fishtail, they're slowly doing it. They're slowly doing it down there. Like, they're slowly building it up. So the more that like they build it up down there, you think that like them people gonna be outside on like the side of them buildings? Hell no, not them condos that like them people gonna be paying like them top dollar for. They won't be out there on the side of the streets laid out like that.
Yeah, right. I can see that, but like, what do you think? Like, so like on another app, because so I basically said all that to say is like. Like, what do you think that they can really do to get them out? Do you think it's too far gone? Do you think, like, there is hope for, can they clean it up now?
So, the thing is, they're going to clean up that area. The problem is they're going to move. Everything is moving up. Because if you look at what's going on in our city right now, they're making everything accessible for the people, like, basically, they all, like, the top dollar living and all that, the big condos and all that. They're making it for the people to be closer to downtown.
Right.
So it's basically like, as long as you're closer to like City, that's why you see all like the new redevelopment all there, and even in like University City area, like that part of that part of West Philly, they built it all that up because now those areas are close to Center City. Meanwhile, they're pushing everybody else up. Like a lot of people that was living down the bottom, they're living up northeast now. A lot of people that was living like these low ghettos, they're living up northeast now.
So what you're saying is you kind of think that they're not going to eradicate the situation, they're just going to keep moving the situation.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes more sense to me because I don't feel like
because they can eradicate.
I was going to say I don't think they can at this point, but moving it is the only thing that logically makes sense to me.
Yeah, you can't force somebody. You can't force somebody into rehab.
Yeah. Right. You can't even, shout out to shout out to all break media. He is a YouTuber out of Philadelphia who goes around to Kensington and he interviews these people, right? And he follows up with them, almost like if you guys have ever seen Soft White Underbelly with Mark Latea, like it's sort of like that, but like the Kensington version, right? And in some of these interviews I watched, it was crazy. Like, it was so sad. She was like, there was a woman who said, she said, sometimes I wake up and I have everything on me. She said, I have everything on me. And she said, I wake up, I have everything on me. And she said, I'm disappointed because now what I have to do is change for the day. I don't have to go find everything and gather things that someone stole from me. She was disappointed. She's disappointed when she doesn't get robbed. She's been in facilities where, you know, it was like a shelter where they were like focused on rehabilitation and like helping her. She couldn't stay there. She couldn't get used to the
What do you mean
norm.
she was disappointed?
She just said she was disappointed. That's literally the word she used. She said, yeah, you know, sometimes you get robbed, and sometimes you wake up and you have all your things, and you're disappointed because now her trajectory for the day has changed. She no longer is going to scrounge up to make use of her day, to scrounge up enough to you know, have what she needs and to get high.
So it's like her routine is interrupted.
Her routine is
because
interrupted.
as humans, we really do need routine.
Right. So whatever your routine is, whether it be scrounging and begging, that might be your routine. And if that's interrupted, now you have everything. Like, what the heck do I do?
With your
right?
time.
And then also, you know, being constructive. Like, if you're not constructive, like, she was put in a position where she had shelter. She was put in a position where she had, you know, things of this nature to be able to go on and to heal and to get clean and to actually have a life. And she wasn't able to stay in a situation like that because she's so used to chaos. She needs it. It's a part of her routine, like you just said. Mm-hmm. And another thing I think we need to notice is that also, like, you know, again, you only, I say this a lot, but you only settle for what you feel like you deserve. So if you feel like you deserve the streets, you're only going to keep going back to the streets because you know that that's what you feel like, that's what you deserve. Like,
strong.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's strong.
It's crazy.
That's strong.
Yeah.
So how do we, the question is, how do we keep the dopamine levels that we need as humans to a safe level so we don't get toxic in our relationships and we don't get toxic and end up on Kensington Beach?
Yeah.
Well, I think that we need to just keep a level head at all times and always keep your mind on the bigger picture. Always stay focused, always stay humble. Always stay positive. You got all that, you can always keep them dopamine levels in. Mm-hmm. Always.
But we still need to get them. We need to get our fix sometimes, right? We need that adrenaline rush.
We need that rush
so that we're not just level and getting bored.
So you know what you do? Go buy a Snickers. Hungry while we're.
So I'm gonna tell you, realistically, discipline. That's the only way to keep our dopamine levels, our dopamine rushes intact. Discipline. There needs to be a time for work. There needs to be a time for play. When it's time to work, you work. When it's time to play, you play. And you do what you need to do in terms to get your fix. And not drug fix, y'all. Or not rug fix, y'all. Not rug fix. But any other fix. A healthy fix, right? Whether it be indulging in your TV shows. Or whether it be taking a trip, whether it be sex or X, whatever you're indulging, whatever your choice to indulge in is, right? I feel like making a space for that and then making a space for work, right? I don't know. I don't know. Just based off the question you posed, that would be the only thing I could think of.
A lot of people work out.
Yeah, but either way, it's the discipline
dance.
Of it. Yep, dance.
Work out.
Yeah.
Perform.
Listen to music. Exactly. Yeah. Perform. Yeah. That's true.
There's so many ways, y'all.
So this was a good one.
It was a great pod. Thank you, Gretchen, for coming through.
My honor.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely,
so Gretchen will definitely be back on for we discussed a topic that we are going to tackle. We might even do like a special episode about it. We might break it into like a special edition.
We can definitely go in on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna do some research.
Maybe coordinate it with playlists.
Ooh, now you're talking. Okay, now we think of
Shout out Stereotype Radio.
And Gretchen, is there anything you want to let the people know before we do our sign-offs?
Well, you know, we all are artists here.
Yeah.
And when we get on a mic, we definitely take the chance to promote what our next thing may be.
Of course.
Just today, I can be very excited to make the announcement that I'm going to be curating for the second time now a series that's called the Charlie Portal pop-up series. It's at 40th in Baltimore, and it's going to be starting on Thursday nights from 5 to 7. Free concerts, free multi-arts experiences.
It's a great time, you guys. I was there last year quite a few times, and it was a great time.
Come get your healthy, measured little buzz of excitement, of adrenaline. Come join us on stage, do all the good stuff. It's going to be Thursdays from 5 to 7, starting on May 9th for 5 weeks.
Okay.
So
be on the lookout for that, y'all.
Yeah, we'll put some announcements up on definitely on my Instagram, Gretchen Elise Music.
That's, we'll be reposted, so you'll be able to catch it.
Thank you.
And definitely pop out. It's a good time, you guys. I get with Gretchen. I'm sure as you're curating, you're looking to probably bring on a couple acts with you. So I would say probably reach out to Gretchen if you guys are interested. And just stay tuned in with Gretchen. She's got a lot going on. You can definitely catch her at the Open Vibe Philly, which is this Monday. It came so fast.
March 4th.
Yeah, I'm a like a regular, I would say.
Yeah,
I'm like
sure.
Like a loyal attendee.
For some years now, right? So that's awesome. You can definitely catch Gretchen. I will be spotlighting, and y'all. I'm doing so much. I'm doing like 3 new tracks, right? One, actually, I guess one is like you guys have heard it. One just dropped, so I'm doing Level Up, Reciprocity Act. I'm doing another unreleased track, and I'm doing a track that actually has been out that you guys have never heard. I'm actually doing a piece of that, something that has been requested.
Okay.
So this is kind of like a crazy set for me. I would encourage you to be there. Like, I'm doing my big one, point blank period. I would really encourage you to be there, because when I tell you, if y'all thought I turned up the last time, like, I promise you.
Look how serious her.
Yeah,
no, because really, I'm so serious.
May I point out that this is confidence, not arrogance. Okay?
No, not yet.
This is confidence.
Just kidding.
Confidence, not arrogance.
Confidence on the
but I promise you, like, because what did I say about confidence, right? It comes with being prepared, and I know I'm prepared. I've been performing everywhere. Like, last week at Aldi, like, I was during the aisle just with the headphones on, like, he started to act. Yeah, like, I'm ready. Okay? I'm ready.
Yeah, you got to get that practice in. No matter where. No matter when. You just got to get it in.
And make sure you guys grab your tickets to Hotbox. It's $4.20, but I want you to know these tickets go fast. And then y'all be in somebody's DM with a crowd like, you don't have no more space. There's no more tickets. Oh my God, we need tickets. And you should have just got your tickets, right? So just grab your tickets. Go ahead and use those links. You know where they are. And yes, and if you ever have problems finding a link, like, I don't know, if people act like they have trouble, just comment on the post that you see, and I guarantee you someone can reach out to you and say, hey, I need help finding tickets. And guess what? Someone will DM you with a direct link to help you find some tickets. So don't be afraid to reach out, comment, let somebody know if you need help. Make sure you tap into the campaigns. Make sure you tap into the station. Make sure you stay locked in with Stereotype Radio. Make sure you get those requests in. Requests to be in the 24-hour playlist. I promise you will see that effect on your streams.
Numbers will go up.
You will see it, okay? Thank you guys so much. I'm signing out as Pink Lee.
It's your boy, Too Cocky Dre, a.k.a. Mr. Nice right now, a.k.a. Mr. Keep It Cocky, a.k.a. Mr. Ruffle Some Feathers. Follow me on Instagram at 2CockyDre, the number 2, the word cocky, and DRE. Get in, listen, tap in with me. The music is coming. 2 Cocky to Care album's coming. The 2 Cocky Dre EP is coming. Come on, man. Listen, it's up. It's up and it's stuck. And listen, I'm nice. We signing out right now, but just make sure that I cannot stress it. Like, you see how I had to go smooth on you right now, because listen, the red pink drink, the tequila red. See, I don't even know. Listen, the tequila red gonna have you dead. But stop playing with me. You hurt me. Make sure that you get your pink drinks. Make sure that you get them right now, and make sure that you know that this episode is definitely sponsored by Pink Drinks at Boulevard Fashion. Go get the merch. Go get the pink drinks. Tap in. We out. Make sure that you're at the Vibe on the 4th.
Wait. Shout out to Blizzy B. Paco.
Blizzy B.
I did the Blizzy heads.
You know what I'm saying?
Blizzy be like all of his joints. Shout out to him politics.
As in my man would say, make sure that all the artists is there.
And he gonna make sure, because Blizzy will jump in your DM and ask you if you coming to the Open Vibe, you better pull up. See ya.
Gretchen Elise here. Thank you for letting me guest host. It's been an honor. Find me at Gretchen
Just make sure that you
Elise
come back.
Music. will. I will.
Gretchen Elise music, y'all. Y'all heard it.
Just give me a mic. I'm there.